Hello and welcome to Clearview News Desk. We're reaching you live from Nigeria's capital city, Abuja. I am Gloria Atta. Welcome. Following the coalition plan by opposition arrowhead Atiku Abubakar and other key opposition figures to oust President Tinubu in 2027, the 2023 presidential candidate of the Social Democratic Party, Adewale Adebayo, has assured that SDP is available only if the coalition is for the interest of Nigerians and not for a cry from disappointed followers of Tinubu. He advised those fronting it to settle their differences, adding that SDP will not be a gateway for conspiracy and robbery.
Ahead of the 2027 polls, talks about an inter-party alliance have reached a climax as opposition arrowhead Atiku Abubakar, former Anambra State Governor Peter Obi, and ex-Kaduna Governor El-RUFAI announced a coalition to oust incumbent President Tinubu, whose administration has been accused of mismanaging the economy, leading to all-time high inflation and unprecedented cost of living. Reaffirming his readiness to run in the forthcoming 2027 election, Adebayo said SDP will only be available if the coalition is for the interest of Nigerians and will not be part if it is just a cry from disappointed followers of Tinubu. Similarly, a former presidential candidate and human rights activist, Sowore, said people like El-RUFAI and others are not opposition, but a coalition of hungry people who are supposed to be in prison, forming a union of prisoners.
I will run for 2027. My party knows that I'm running the election. Nigerian people know, and we'll make them know. But as for the coalition, we are listening to them. What we don't want to be a getaway car for a conspiracy and robbery we did not plan. So if you plan something somewhere, you want to use the SDP as a getaway car, that's not available. So we are talking, we are listening. If the coalition is for the group of Nigerian people, SDP is available. But if it is just a crying center for disappointed Tinubu followers, they should go back to Tinubu, give the promise to them, and resolve their differences there. But if the reason you are in politics is to see that the Nigerian people are not changed again, you can come to SDP. But if you are just coming to retaliate for the insult they insulted you, or a promise they gave you they didn't keep, we were not part of it.
Not the kind of opposition where people like El-RUFAI, no, those ones are not opposition. Those ones are coalitions of hungry people. So, and when the time comes, the moment they are offered what they want, they will go back to where they came from. Yeah, so that's why you don't say, because the APC was a coalition. Did you forget? And that's see where they put us. And the people who are asking to form another coalition are former APC members. In fact, most of them are Buhari cabinet members who are supposed to be in prison. They are forming coalitions. Instead of, they should be in prison forming a union of prisoners.
Let me tell you very clearly. Coalition is good. More people coming together to decide the fate of this country is good. But I'm telling you, it will be a decision by Nigerians who have been forgotten by the government, who have been abandoned by government, who have no access to quality healthcare, who have no access to quality education, who have no access to public transport system, who have no access to be able to pay proper educational system for their children.
While Adebayo is of the opinion that the current administration only takes elections seriously, not governance, Sowore said he is of the opinion that Tinubu's government came to take care of its personal business.
We knew this was how they would behave. Well, what shocks me about Nigerians that they are shocked about Tinubu, because we knew that these people don't take governance seriously. They take elections seriously, but they don't take governance seriously. And the first duty of a president is to be commander-in-chief. And the first order of business of government is national security. And then the welfare of the people, then justice, then development, then infrastructure. So it's a disappointment. I personally do not like to politicize insecurity. Because when there is an act of insecurity and you criticize the government in a way that can encourage terrorists and other criminals to think that they can influence our politics by committing more atrocities.
I'm not in the business of advising any of these regimes. They have failed, and we have told the Nigerian people, you advise them, they don't listen to advice. They are not here to take your advice. They came here to take care of business, their own personal and private business. If I was in their position at this time, there will not be Boko Haram anymore, there won't be bandits, because you have to solve the problem by attacking the root cause of the problem. The root cause of the problem of insecurity is first and foremost economic inequality. That's the first reason why there are plenty of hands to be used as the workshop of the devil. And then the second aspect of it is to get our security agencies to do what security agencies do, not to be aiding and abetting criminality. You cannot have an IG, and I know you guys love to talk about the IG, Inspector General of Police, who is tired and to have retired. You keep him in office, and you expect the security to end. It will not end. You have all these military generals who don't go to war. It's only in Nigeria that somebody who has never fought a war before will become a general in the army, based on the number of traditional rulers he knows or the GO of his church. That's how they become generals in Nigeria, not because they go to war. If you see an Israeli general, it's because he has fought a war before. If you see an American general, he has been to Afghanistan, he has fought in Iraq, even though those wars might be wrong. But they have gone to war. But in Nigeria, you call these businessmen generals, they are all building estates in Abuja. They don't go to the war front. They don't know what's going on there. They are the ones who are happy that the insecurities are coming. The solution we are profiling is for the Nigerian people, first and foremost, to choose the real leaders who should govern them.
Already, El-RUFAI and some of his foot soldiers have joined the Social Democratic Party (SDP). Meanwhile, there are speculations that Atiku and Obi are making moves to join the SDP. However, both politicians have not made such a decision known officially. Imefonokon reporting for News.
Meanwhile, the Senate has tackled Pastor Tunde Bakare over his recent criticism of the National Assembly, saying that his comment was politically motivated, misleading, and indicated a poor understanding of the constitutional responsibilities of the legislature. In a statement on Tuesday, April 22nd, the chairman, Senate Committee on Media and Public Affairs, Senator Yemi Adaramodu, criticized Bakare, a former presidential aspirant and vice presidential candidate, describing his comments as a sweeping generalization and disparaging commentary that could erode public trust in democratic institutions. Recall that Bakare, in a Thanksgiving service to mark his 70th birthday at his Citadel Global Community Church on Monday, criticized the legislature, describing them as rubber stamp to the executive. Governor Umaru Bago of Niger State has sparked controversy after ordering the arrest of individuals wearing dreadlocks in Minna, the state capital. The directive was given during a security stakeholders meeting held at the government house on Tuesday, April 22nd. Governor Bago instructed security agencies to cut off such hairstyles and impose fines on those found with them, declaring a clampdown on what he termed rascality in Niger State. Addressing the meeting, which was attended by police personnel, other security officials, and traditional rulers, Governor Bago called on parents to take responsibility for their children and warned that the government would no longer tolerate perceived social misconduct. As part of wider security measures, the governor also announced restrictions on the movement of commercial motorcycles and tricycles from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. He stated that only those being used for medical emergencies will be permitted to operate during those hours. A 40-year-old resident of Tashan Jamare has been arrested by the Bauchi State Police Command for allegedly defiling a 12-year-old boy. The command's public relations officer, Ahmed Wakil, in a press release issued on Tuesday, said that the victim, an Arabic pupil, was reportedly housed at the defendant's residence, where he was subjected to inappropriate conduct over 2 months. The statement noted that during interrogation, the defendant admitted to her actions, adding that once the investigation is completed, the suspect will undergo profiling and be charged in court for the established offense. You can follow up on latest events and happenings around you via our social media platforms on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Clearview News Desk, or via our handle on X, formerly known as Twitter, at Clearview Online. Many thanks for joining us. I am Gloria Atta. Bye for now.